Resovia. On the other hand, the debutants will be looking to keep the Polish flag flying in tomorrow's final of the FIVB Men's Club World Championship. The countdown's on. It'll be Asseco Resovia serving to get this first semi-final underway, and it's the American David Smith to get the party started. Lasso handles, but poorly, puts it straight over on first touch. The overpass, Damian Schultz with the easy as you like put away. Gets Asseco Resovia on the board first of all. A strong serve coming in from Smith, but Balasso didn't handle at all well, and now will Smith make a note of that, target the young libero. Went after him again, and Leal rather stepped in front of his man, and they're in trouble here, but they'll get another shot with Leal. The block is there, but just misses out. Well, Leal decided to take responsibility early there and was heavily involved. They only just got away with that one. Cucine, Lube. There's Dragan Stankovic. A decade with this club. They'll send in a pretty flat serve that is driven down the line by Thibaut Rossard. The first point for the dazzling Frenchman. Not a serve that caused any kind of problems at all. Now Schultz, and his serve has caused problems consistently throughout the competition. Let's see if he can pull in something big early. No, he goes flat as well and has Balasso diving for it. Leal will come in. Can't beat Mika. Far side. Rossard is blocked out of it as well. Well, the presence there of Yoande Leal. And in particular, Robert Landis-Simon. Very, very off-putting. And Sokolov that will get the decisive touch. They're a very strong defensive team, Cucine, Lube. Sokolov sends one in at Rossard, who will look to finish the job, and he's missed it. Tried to just thread the needle there, Thibaut Rossard. So Sokolov, who knows what it takes to win this competition. He won it 3 times with Trentino volley. Continues with serve. Nets on that one. Side out Asseco Resovia. So, having got rid of Schultz, Lube will now look to try and get the other big server, Thibaut Rossard, out of there if they can. Rossard goes for the big one, and he nets. Frustration then for Rossard, who top scored in both his team's 2 victories in the group stage. Now here's Leal. Perry picks that one up nicely. All rejected there by Simon. Amika gets it blocked out as well. That was Resende over there. Well, early signs here that the Lube blocking scheme is going to cause Asseco Resovia all kinds of problems. That's a couple of block points already. Sokolov picks one up. Now Resende picks one up far side. And it's Lube that make the early breakthrough here. Leal then will continue with serve. Perry again. And it's just pushed a bit too far. The overpass from Perry. And a gift for Robert Landis-Simon. Another man who's won this title before with Santa Cruzeiro a couple of years ago. So whilst as a team they've never won it, there's plenty of players on the Lube roster that know what it takes to win this trophy. Leal will continue. No, he won't. That's a side out. Worrying early signs for Asseco Resovia. That the Lube block looks like it's got the potential to be a dominant factor in this game. Marcin Modzonek Manages to get a lot of flight movement on his serves. There's another one that wobbled around a little bit. Leal handled it well, and Juan Torreira had to adjust, and adjusted absolutely brilliantly. It was a really well-worked point, and Juan Torreira creative with the spike as well. And watch number 5 here, just has to check, and then just drops it into a hole. Simon then at 7-4. He nets side out. Wasn't far away from sending a really sneaky one in there. Robert Mandy Simon. The Cuban will sit down as Fabio Balasso comes back in. There's Koika Shoji, the American setter. Wants to try and claw back some of this 7-5 deficit. Nicely put up in the air there. Juan Torreira, with all the time in the world, slid it past a 3-man block that couldn't get close to it either. That was an authoritative swing from Osmani Juan Torreira, the MVP of this competition last year, amongst a host of awards that he has won over the course of his career, showing just inside of bringing in some big, especially cross-court hitting, as Bruno Resende sends his serve in. Mika handles that. Schultz can't beat Resende backcourt, and Sokolov has kept that alive. Juan Torreira will look to finish the job, and does. Scrubs it off the block. Solid D again from Cucine, Lube, Civitanova. No way through. And that was Schultz, one of their better hitters. It was neutralized there for Asseco Resovia. Resende then, the Olympic gold medalist from a couple of years ago. He's won everything there is to win. Apart from this competition, Smith gets the better of the block on that occasion. Side out, but they're firefighting early here, Asseco Resovia. Mateos Mika. Balasso handles that. They'll take it far side. Mika picks that one up very nicely to deny the spike. And Schultz goes cross-court, and again, tremendous defensive work. They're going to have to do a bit more here, though, to try and win the point, and they can't. They're saying it took a touch off the Sokolov spike. The call has gone against Lube. They're looking at the coach. They're not 100% sure here. Sokolov is saying, I want to challenge that, and I'm not sure the coach is entirely convinced now. Are they going to challenge it? If they do, it's a mistake. Coach Meadow walked away from that. Oh, they have decided to challenge. Now, that is a surprise. Well, you got a couple of these per set. If you lose one, that's the end of it. A surprise challenge there. An important point picked up by the Polish team from Rzeszów. Mika will stay on serve. Sends one to Balasso. They'll go far side, where Osmani Juan Torreira ensures the side out. Will now go back to serve. Just about, but shows you have to do an awful lot of work, and that means Schultz will have to do a lot of work. They kept it alive, but no, they haven't. No, they haven't. Well, Rossard did his part, but it was chaos from the moment service reception was all over the place. Shoji only just managed to keep it in play after Mika sent it off on a crazy angle. Now, Schultz did everything he could. Rossard did what he could, then everybody steps back, saying, well, where's our setter? But he had been forced to in a comfort zone early. Juan Torreira looking to keep it comfortable for the Italians. Nice pick up, backside set. Sets Damien Schultz up. Oh, that was a much better point. Really nice pick up from Perry. Reverse set from Shoji. And Schultz doing what Damien Schultz does. Here's Smith then, up next. 3 points to find. Well, they continue to go after Balasso. Resende's kept that alive. Leal has finished it off. That's another one of those points where Asseco Resovia managed to get themselves the initiative off the back of the poor service reception. But then, when you've got the likes of Leal, the likes of Juan Torreina swinging through, getting an effective block is going to be tough. It's another opportunity they couldn't take advantage of. Stankovic then will go back. World League gold winner a couple of years ago. He just pushes that one a bit too deep. Well, with Schultz and Rossard due up next in the rotation at serve, this, you would think, is where Asseco Resovia have to try and pick up a couple of points on their own serve if they possibly can, just to keep this highly competitive. Leal will pick that one up off the net cord. They'll send it over to Juan Torreina on the attack hit. And that's Schultz's serve gone. Timing absolutely perfect. So the Bulgarian Civitanova rather good underneath that one. But they managed to take Schultz out on serve. Can they deal with Rossard for a second time? That's rather mishandled there by Leal. They're asking for a challenge there, and Resende has gone straight over to his coach and saying no. That was a clean take. That is not how it's been ruled. Resende is still making his case. Oh, he has reached over the net there. But you can't do that, so Bruno Resende's pleas will fall on deaf ears. I don't think his coach was particularly keen on getting involved there. So there is 1 point picked up. Can Rossard find another one? No, he can't. Side out. And Resende is still continuing to talk to the chair here about the previous point. If he sees the replay, he'll say, well, okay, I have to accept it. Now Resende's got to get his head back in the game. There's Yoendi Leal. Sends one a bit too deep. Well, Resovia stick it tight here, and when Marcin Modzonek serves, there's a chance, because if you don't concentrate fully on this man's serve, he puts enough flight in the ball to make you look foolish sometimes. Balasso watched that one all the way. And the block comes back. David Smith says, no way, Jose, to Svetan Sokolov. That's a big point for Asseco Resovia. Oh, no, it's gone under the net. No, everybody was cheering there. Everybody thought that was an Asseco Resovia block point, but no. Went the wrong side. Simon sends it to Mika, who will never dazzle you with his power, but is always efficient. Always on it. Usually makes good decisions where to place the ball. It's not about power, it's about placement. Now here's Shoji. Side out. And we get to the technical time. There's quite a lot of fans have made the 3.5-hour journey up from Rzeszów to Częstochowa. They're certainly making a lot of noise. As Resende serves, Shoji goes backside. That is good enough from Mateusz Mika, despite the best efforts of Fabio Balasso, who almost managed to get enough underneath it. Again, Mika, one-on-one with Juantorena, had to make sure he won that battle and did enough. Here's Mika again. Serving Leal, and ooh, that's a miss hit. That's a big surprise. Dragan Stankovic. Looked like they'd laid it on a plate for him. And he's just pushed it way too deep. That's a freebie for Asseco Resovia. And it pulls them within a point. Could that prove to be costly? Swing and a miss from Stankovic. Most uncharacteristic. Leal picks that one up. It's not a great pickup. Juantorena does enough again. Well, Lube have got the outside hitters to get him out of trouble, even when service reception isn't great. And this certainly wasn't great. Just spinning off at an angle from Leal. The setter was able to just keep it in play. And Juantorena was not going to take any chances. So, Lube stay in front. Juantorena sends in a dipper. What a nasty serve. Clean ace. No way Mateusz Mika could have got that off the floor. I mean, this felt the full force of gravity. All that topspin straight over the net and just dying. Absolutely brilliant ace. That keeps Lube comfortable again. Juantorena will look for another one of those. Or will he mix it up? His choice. Mika takes that one. Shoji goes for the quick set. David Smith says thank you very much. Side out. Smith looked for the angle. Right idea. Didn't quite execute. Now it looks like Enrico Chester is going to come into the lineup to replace Dragan Stankovic. Chester, who was part of the team that went to last year's final, comes in to serve. Had a lot of playing time in the win against Zenit Kazan, Enrico Chester, but has had to be resigned to a start on the bench. He serves Rossar, who will look for third touch here, and the third touch is a good one, taking one off the block. Chester will go back out, Stankovic will come back in. Asseco Resovia certainly haven't given up this first set. But this, you would suspect, is their last best chance to pick up points. On serve with Schultz up next. Rossar to follow him. 2 points needed to level it up. Schultz, who was a regular source of aces in the group stage. That's a really good chance. He looked for second touch there, didn't get away with it. Oh, he did. Yeah, Shoji did. They were ready for it. And there is a point, though, on the Schultz serve. It was too hot to handle. And with Asseco Resovia now closing in, it's Gianpaolo for pass on his last serve. What can he come up with here? Oh, it's a clean ace. Well, he's always got one in the locker. You know it's coming. It's just a question of when. And this ace from Damian Schultz ties this one up. No question that that went long. A couple of the backcourt guys for Lube were looking at each other and saying, is that worth a call? But it was well in. We are level. Here goes Schultz again. It's another mess. Service reception, but the opportunity missed by Rossar. Let's get another chance. Modzonek can't find a winner. Simon doing a great job defensively. Leal scrubs one off the block. That was a great chance for Asseco Resovia, but once again, Cucine, Lube, Civitanova showing how powerful they are defensively. Wouldn't give that point up. Leal eventually finishes it, but that was another point there for the taking for Asseco Resovia, and they couldn't take it. Cvetan Sokolov then. Looking to consolidate this lead. Oh, it's a foot fault, is it? Well, now all sorts of stuff's going on. Was there a floor touch? I thought there was a foot fault there. Oh, I'm not sure there is. Well, the foot fault flag went up. Well, everybody's getting very, very heated there, and Osmani Juan Torreira is playing the peacemaker as this challenge gets looked at, and this is going to go in favour of Cucine Lube. He was very close to the line, yes. But did any part of the foot touch any part of the line? Didn't look like it. Let's see. It's very close. But well, now then, the call has been confirmed in the chair. So the hairline decision goes against Gianpaolo Mede's side. Oh no, they're saying let's redo it again, let's play the point again. Whereas Lube were trying to say, well, no, we won the point because there was definitely a floor touch off the serve, but that's not happening. We're going to do it all over again. Sokolov. Mika picks that one up. They'll send it backside. Schultz touches the antenna. The moment it touches the antenna, it is a dead ball. So Schultz looks to try and work too tight an angle there. They've got to get Cvetan Sokolov out of there. And they've got to do it right here. Otherwise, this set will effectively be done and dusted. Need the side out badly here, the Polish team. Now, there was a foot fault, and they're not going to bother looking at that one again. Half his foot was over this time. Well, maybe not that much, but plenty. So they get the point they need. They need a point on serve as big Bartolomei Lemansky comes in. A defensive switch for this point on the Rossar serve. They get Shoji out of there as they look to try and get a block point here with the giant 22-year-old Lemansky in. It's a good serve, really well handled by Leal, and Simon can't beat Perry back court. They got a shot here with Mika. He's blocked, but it jumps out of bounds, and they are level again. Big point. Once again, Mateusz Mika, as reliable as ever. This was a tough one to win. With Simon and Resende there. And right there, Gianpaolo Mede says timeout. Well, that's twice they fought their way back. They've been level or have enjoyed a lead. Fighting tooth and nail here in this opening set. Twice it's looked like Lube have had it where they want it. Twice they fought back. It's nicely picked up by Juan Torreira. They'll go backside where Sokolov is waiting, and Perry could not get anything underneath it. Side out. That's a real powerful hit, this, from the Bulgarian. And Perry, although he could get there, just could not get any meaningful contact on the ball. So Leal will look to restore Lube's authority here as they close in on 25 points. Got to win by 2 clear points. That did not drop for him. We're level. There is every chance that 25 points will not be enough here. This is shaping up as if it could go deep. Now, what could Marcin Mozdonek come up with? Backside to Sokolov. Modzonek's picked that up perfectly. Shoji with options. Schultz goes for the poke. That's good enough. Now, The plates are shifting again. What an important pickup that was from Marcin Modzonek. That's what made this point, and then Schultz making his adjustment, having Sokolov reaching. Now, if Modzonek can win another point on serve here, it'll be set point. Asseco Resovia can't do it. Balasso watched that all the way. We stay level. Change is coming with Big Diego Cantagalli, the teenage middle blocker, coming in along with Stein de Hulst, the backup setter. Robert Landy Simon comes out, as does the first choice setter, Bruno Rezende. De Hulst will go back to serve. And young Cantagalli is in there, just as Lemansky came in for Asseco Resovia to play a bit of D at the net. De Hulst's serve is handled. And there's the put away from Smith. Not the most perfect of contacts, but it got the job done. So that double switch didn't work out. Out come De Hulst and Cantagalli. Set point. Asseco Resovia, can they win it on serve? Just listen to those fans. Shoji then with serve. Oh, he nets. We're going deep. You kind of knew that was going to happen from about 6 or 7 points ago. Here's Rezende. Pressure stays on Lube here. Perry handles that. Shoji sends it backside, and Mika was horribly off balance there. Couldn't keep it in play. That is not where Mateus Mika wanted that pass. Just half a step inside it. So, having fought off a set point, the Italians now have set point. Rezende picked up by Mika. Shoji's got to step back, finds Schultz. The block is there, but it won't keep it in play. Brilliantly recycled, though, by Rezende. And then a diving effort from Shoji, the block off Sokolov. Schultz will have another go. Back court is Leal. And there's Sokolov. He can't get a winner either. What a point. Smith gets the big finish. We stay level. Both teams playing outstanding defense in that rally. Mateus Mika serving at 25 all. Balasso handles that. That's finished off by Stankovic off the quick set. Set point once again to Lube. Quantarena looking to wrap it up for the Italian club. It's a good one. Perry's done absolutely brilliantly. Shoji sends it over to Rossard. Rossard does enough, side out. That was a case of hold your nerve time and make the right decision. And Thibaut Rossard did exactly that. But what a pickup from Luke Perry. Nicely down the line, dropping it mid-court. Asseco Resovia did everything right on that point. But all it does is restore parity. Smith sends one in. Leal has picked that up really well. Rezende will look to feed him again. That's an absolutely outstanding pickup from Rossard. And another one from Quantarena. Leal. Again, it's Smith, but it's just touched over from Stankovic. Much to the frustration of the Asseco Resovia faithful. They thought they'd kept it alive, but Lube wouldn't let him off the hook. They got a set point yet again. Although there is a challenge coming in on this one from Asseco Resovia, that there was a net touch. So nobody's celebrating anything just yet. At this stage of a set as well, a challenge is huge. going on there. Mighty close, but doesn't look like it. Stankovic is very, very close. But no, he's judged it perfectly. So Stankovic will look to wrap this up. At 27-26. It's the veteran serve, Dragan Stankovic. Rossard, Shoji back to Rossard, down the line, we go on. Like so many big middles, Dragan Stankovic brings a lot to the table, but a devastating serve, not one of his weapons. And that got what it deserved. Now, if Schultz can come up with another ace, it's advantage Asseco Resovia again. This is a big moment for the Polish team here. Schultz sings one in. Juan Terrain has picked that up somehow. Well, that is an absolutely brilliant dig there from Schultz, who's now got to try and make a play the other way. Can't really do it. Resende with choices. Simon is the obvious choice. That keeps Lube in control. Crucially, it gets Schultz out of there. It gives Svetan Sokolov the chance to secure this first set. Lube keeping the pressure on Resovia here. Can the Poles hold out again? Picked up by Mika. Rossard keeps it going. Well, they're putting Thibaut Rossard under all kinds of pressure. Set point down, time after time they're saying, there you go Thibaut, find us another one, and he keeps delivering. Can he deliver a serve here at 28 all? Just 1 point on serve would just ease the pressure on Asseco Resovia, who are doing all the chasing at the moment. If they can get 1 point on serve, it would force Lube to do the chasing. It's a zinger, but it's gone long. Now, is that going to get looked at? Yes, it is. And that is going to be set point Asseco Resovia. I think looking at the Lube players, well, for waiting for this, they know what's coming. That was a comfortable one. It forces Lube to play catch-up now. And the first step in the catch-up process. Atmosphere serving for the first set. Big ball toss. Sings one in, Leal has handled that. They'll send it backside. Sokolov blocked out of it. But it drops the wrong side for all these fans that were ready to raise the roof. And it's Svetan Sokolov that's breathing a sigh of relief here. So close. But no. Leal. 29 all. This one could run and run. Perry with a brilliant pickup again. Shoji to Schultz backside. Set point, Asseco Resovia. Well, Asso just couldn't get any control on that dig. It was too good from Damian Schultz, that's why. Tough to get anything on that. And it's the sneaky serve of Marcin Modzonek up next. And there, oh, it's 2 touches. This is just hitting home for Balasso, but what a chance here for Asseco Resovia. And they take it. Wow. David Smith's the hero. That was a resilient fight back from an Asseco Resovia squad that seemed to be chased. Against Zenit Cucine, they were 14-10 down in the tiebreaker there and somehow found a way to win, so their resilience is unquestioned. Some teams are just flat-track bullies, happy when it's going really well. But Lube do not fall into that category. They can tough it out. Here, they're going to have to come from behind because it's Asseco Resovia that have claimed the first set in this first semi-final. Men's Club World Championships. Be interesting to see when and if teams make changes, apart from the odd spot substitution. It's the starters all the way here. Resende will get this second set underway. Mika with no play, just has to slip it over. Sokolov picks that up there, and Juantorena. Well, the block was there, but it just spun off the wrong side. So that's the good news for Asseco Resovia. The bad news for Lube. Here's some even worse news for them. Schultz is up next. There's a bit of a mess there. And it's Asseco Resovia that come out the right end of that mess. Modzonek was over there, being a nuisance. This is one of those, everybody you've just got the sense was fighting for it. Shoji was alongside his skipper. You nearly barged him out of the way. And it's Shoji's touch that proves crucial. And it means Schultz stays in. They got 4. It's spread across the backcourt for Schultz. Juantorena being one of them. Sokolov doesn't mess around with that cross-court. That was delivered with some authority. Side out Lube. Juantorena. He nets. Very interesting to see how Lube would react if Asseco Resovia went on a little run here and piled on the pressure. Well, an ace from Brossard would just add to the pressure. Can he find one here? Juantorena's handled that one beautifully, and Leal goes cross-court. Perry's picked that up really nicely. Mika's got to find something. Can't beat Balasso. And then pushing it a very, very long way, but in play, Yoandy Leal. The former Sada Cruzeiro man who knows what it takes to win this competition, having done it 3 times, finds the baseline. And doesn't find anyone home in the backcourt for Asseco Resovia. Stankovic then. This is a serve that Asseco Resovia would expect to get out of there if they possibly can. Well, that's a good one. Modzonek's blocked, but it goes out. Ooh, that wasn't far away for Lube. Simon knows it. He timed this perfectly, Robert Landy Simon, and look how close he gets. He's blocked out of it there, but he from Mateusz Mika, but it did drop wide rather. That was close. Modzonek at 4-2. Balasso sends it back over to Leal. That's the end of that. Sokolov. Brossard picks that up. Mika, clever, sneaky. With Sokolov and Simon right there in his face. Mateusz Mika didn't try to be the tough guy. Again, as is so often with Mateusz Mika, it's all about touch. Shoji then, 5-3. Making 5-4 side out. Yoandy Leal looking to level it up. Mika picks up. Schultz sends it off the fingertips of Yoandy Leal for the Asseco Resovia side out. Not much he can do about it there, backcourt. That's where you want Yoandy Leal. Get him right on the baseline. Limits where he can do his damage. Mika then at 6-4. Nicely picked up by Balasso. And a quick set. You don't need to even look if Robert Landis-Simon is climbing higher for quick set, because that is going to be a winner, barring an unexpected error. He doesn't miss many of those. There's the big fella with serve. It's a zinger that just over-zings. Perry doing enough to get out of harm's way there to avoid the touch. Here's Smith at 7-5. He nets. That'll bring up Bruno Resende, the Olympic gold medalist, the two-time silver medalist. He's won gold at every world level for Brazil. Rossard can't win that battle, but they get another chance at it. Rossard will go cross-court. Balasso says that's coming back as well, and then nothing doing there for Juan Torreira. Look at the angle taken there by Sokolov. Absolutely unplayable. Brilliant point work there by the Italians. But Sokolov sending this spike when nobody could get it. Level again, Resende. Rossard takes that one. Schultz. Nobody's stopping that one either. Even though Resende put himself in the right place for the attempted dig, you don't stop those. So 8-7. Schultz with one of his trademark cross courts. Here's Damian Schultz serving for Asseco Resovia, taking the first set, a marathon. And that's too good from Osmani. Juan Torreira, an impressive cross court, keeps Lube, the Italians, in level here in this second set. Has handled that. Schultz has to go far side, and does. Well, the big hitters for Asseco Resovia, Schultz and Rossard, are delivering at a very, very efficient level in this match. They'll need to keep that level up if Asseco Resovia are to try and get the win here. They've got to keep a high quality of serve up as well, which is where the likes of Thibaut Rossard come into play. You know, the Frenchman come up with another one of his specials. Took everything off that, didn't he? Oh, yes. Well, they're ruling a floor touch there. Fabio Balasso immediately said, no, 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 I got a pancake underneath that. Not sure, even if he had gone underneath it, there was any second touch coming. I don't think that's going to get overturned. That's one of those that a player says, well, I've got something underneath it, but you can get a pancake and a floor touch at the same time. It's getting challenged, and it's worth the challenge, obviously. But did Fabio Balasso manage to get everything under that? Or has Thibaut Rossard served himself another ace? It's a clever one. Just dropping into no man's land there. I think he came into this one thinking it was going to be an easy game. Why would you? But Asseco Resovia is certainly showing resolve and a level of play that if they carry this back into the Polish domestic league, it's going to make them a real handful for the remainder of that competition. Oh, we've got a long wait for this one. Here we go. That looks like it's touched the floor as well as the fingertips of Fabio Balasso. And that is confirmed. It looked the right call, but you can totally understand why Fabio Balasso thought he'd got that, because there is contact there now. Now, really, the near side here, Juan Torreira is having having some strong words with the Spanish referee. That looked a good call, and it was confirmed. And it means Rosar will carry on, and Lube need to get their heads back in the game here. Brilliant rescue from Balasso. Can they make any kind of play here? Not really. Sokolov just has to dump it over. This is a great chance for Resovia and Schultz. That's going to head into the crowd of Juan Torreina and Asseco Resovia keeping their foot down here. This is really bringing some heat, and it's Schultz off the elbow there of Bruno Resende. Even then, Balasso didn't give it up. Superman. A chance here, a real chance. We're not yet at the midway point of this second set, but Asseco Resovia put themselves in a great position. Up by 3. Make that up by 2 as they get the side out. And they'll be delighted to get Thibaut Rosar out of the rotation. Now, they've got a little bit of damage to repair, and Dragan Stankovic, who's been a bit conservative on the serving side, although he put a bit more on it last time we saw him. Let's see what he comes up with here. The safe serves are just coming straight back, and there's another one. Schultz. Ooh, that's brilliantly kept alive. And there, the block comes in and takes Yoandy Leal on the way back as well. Not sure if that was going to drop in, but because it hit Leal, that's academic. Well, Leal doing absolutely brilliantly there to recycle that one. Thinks himself got a winner, and then can't get out of the way. It would have dropped out, but he could not get out of harm's way. So the Poles keeping the pressure on. Odzonek serving Leal. Sokolov, oh, doing just enough there. Smith and Mika were there. Sokolov just had a little bit too much heat on that one. That's a big point for Lube. You feel if they fall any further behind, it might be almost impossible to claw this back. That was close. So the Bulgarian will drop back to serve now. 10-12 and a set down. Perry not the best of receptions, and they made something of it, and Rosar with the attack hit. Goodness only know where that ball's ended up. That might have left the arena, the ricochet it took. Look how deep he is here, Rosar. Takeoff is perfect. Juan Torreina can only send it deep into the crowd. So the pressure stays on. Here's Kawika Shoji looking to increase the pressure. He won't do it with a net serve. Side out. Yoandy Leal then up next. Perry collects. Shoji with options. Goes far side to Schultz, who sends one spinning off the block and way back past the baseline. The first few points of this match, maybe the first half of the first set, the Lube block looked like it was going to be a monster weapon, but Asseco Resovia have adjusted to it so well. Mateos Pica serving Leal. Juan Torreina. Well, well, well. David Smith. He's in the mood tonight, David Smith. Well, Juan Torreina would have fancied this, but David Smith said no. Not this one. I'll have that one, thank you very much. And the American comes up with a big point. Adds the lead out as we get close to the second technical timeout point here. Pica will continue with serve. Balasso's only just managed to pick that up, but no question about the put away. Robert Landy Simon off the quick set. Not sure there was a Polish blocker anywhere in the vicinity here. Well, Smith had hopefully gone up there and spread himself, but he was always going to be second best there against the big Cuban, who will now serve at 15-12 in arrears. Perry collects. Rossard scrubs it off the block. That'll take us to the second technical timeout with Asseco Resovia not only a setup, but 4 points up in set 2. Team. Lube do have their supporters, but they're being drowned out here. As Asseco Resovia have recovered from a wobbly start to this match to fight their way back from a deficit twice in the second set to take it in a marathon. And here they are in a great position in set 2. 16-12 with David Smith serving. Mantarina collects. Mantarina finishes off the back of the Shoji deflection that nearly took a cameraman out. Resende, the Brazilian setter, looking to try and repair some of this damage. Now, there is some damage to be repaired here. Rossard with a perfect take. Schultz takes a touch on the way through, but the touch was called on the floor, but not in the chair, and there is no complaint at all from Damien Schultz. So that's a miss, yeah? Well, he knows it didn't take any touch on the way through. So that means Resende will stay on. Rossard puts that one up in the air. Shoji will send it back to him. There's the block, but way, way, way back. Good 2 meters beyond the baseline there. Side out. Now this is a big point in this second set. You see the block not able to do its job because it's Schultz, then Rossard next up to serve. If Lube can get away without conceding any points on the serve of either of those two, they'll think, well, we've still got a chance. First, they've got to deal with Schultz, and Masari has come in and picked up that one perfectly. And it's nicely finished by Sokolov. Well, they brought Jacopo Masari off the bench to handle a bit of defensive work, which he did brilliantly. He's now checked out, having done his job. Leal comes back in. And that's Schultz gone. And that's Lube still in touch. Leal now replaces Jacopo Masari. Pantarena will serve. 15-17. Mika picks that one up. Schultz far side, blocked out of it. Stankovic says no way. A 3-point lead has just become a 1-point lead. It won't be a surprise to anybody that George Cretu has decided now is the time to call a timeout. It's amazing how quick. They're a team with a lot of fight in them. And here they come again. Serena looking to level this second set up. Oh, he had a couple of players going for that one. Rossard's going to make this one count. Really nicely picked up by Balasso, back court, and then there's a battle at the net. And which way has this gone? It's gone in favor of Lube. Modzonic losing that duel with Sokolov. Well, that is 3 points erased. As easy as you like for Cucine, Lube, Civitanova. We're level again. Monterrey will stay back there. Rossard takes that. No play there for Mika. The initiative passes. And Sokolov gets blocked. Brilliant defensively from Marcin Modzonic. That's a frustrating one for Cucine Lube. They thought they had it set up nicely. They grabbed the initiative. They went for the big power hit with Svetan Sokolov, and Marcin Modzonic won that duel. Honors really even in terms of the big hits and the big rejections. Both teams having plenty of successes and plenty of failures. Now, can Rossard put Asseco Resovia back on track here? Brilliant pickup from Monterrey. And that is somehow Dragan Stankovic coming up with a big play. Not sure this was exactly how it was dialed up, but it still managed to work. Sonic getting something on it, but couldn't find a teammate behind it. So we stay level. And Stankovic will now serve. Sonic picks that one up mid-court. Oh, now that's bobbled here, there, and everywhere, and I think it's bobbled the wrong side, yeah. It's officially down as a double touch there. Against Modzonic, who didn't know much about it, let's be honest. There's one and there's another. But it was dying anyway. Simon. Modzonic will check out. As Lemansky will come in. Simon is a one-man pinball machine there. So suddenly, out of nothing really, Cucine Lube are now looking to consolidate a lead here with Stankovic staying on at serve. Lemansky coming in for some defense. Oh, he's found an ace. Well, Asseco Resovia are falling apart here. Since taking that 16-12 lead, 8 of the last 10 points have gone the way of Cucine Lube. Asseco Resovia completely off the boil now, and Lube need to capitalize to secure this second set and level it up. Stankovic stays on serve. Schultz blocked out of it. Oh, they are starting to dominate once again. That was Simon up there, Leal alongside him, and the tide has dramatically turned here.
Guys, here to me. We need to respect that stuff.
Suddenly within a great position here of securing the second set. Now let's see if Resovia can respond. The first challenge gets side out. And that's touched the antenna from Mateusz Mika, and it's just going from bad to horrible here for Resovia. Well, you think any chance at all they had of getting back into this second set has gone right there. Shoji checks out Rafael Redvits, the veteran Frenchman. Comes in at setter. As George Cretu decides to experiment at 22-18. Oh, not just to give Shoji a breather. Stankovic stays on serve, and he'll stay on serve again. That was an absolute beauty. Well, for a guy who was serving so safe and conservative earlier in the match, Dragan Stankovic has found something different here. Look at all that movement. It had Perry and Mika both going for it, and neither of them making any kind of contact at all. Those are the serves that you hate when you're on the receiving team, when two of you think you've got a legitimate chance at it. Stankovic dissecting the two perfectly, and the tide just rolls on here. Smith misses. They can't buy a break at the moment. It's set point from 16-12 down. It's been 12 out of the last 14 points for Cucine Lube in a dramatic and sudden turnaround. Stankovic finally misfires, but what a burst of serving from him. Brings Bartolome Lemansky in to serve if he's allowed to stay in, which he's not. They're going to bring Modzonic back instead for the youngster. So they need 5 points on the Modzonic serve just to level it up, and they won't get one. Modzonic goes long, and that is a stunning turnaround from being in a very strong position. Asseco Resovia just faded away. Collapse from Asseco Resovia. So we start again. It'll be David Smith for Asseco Resovia to get us underway. Serves Balasso, Sokolov with a really difficult spike. Tough to get a kill from the 3-meter line like that, but Sokolov just swung straight through it and brought far too much heat for the backcourt to handle. Strong statement early there from Civitanova Sokolov. Bruno Resende then serving Rossard. Cross-court attempt from Schultz, picked up by Resende. Torina gets blocked, but that's going to drop out. Two big swings. One from Sokolov, one from Torina. And Lube are off to a flyer here. 2-0 up. Mika picks that one up. And that's nicely picked up by Resende, but he can't get anything under it. So give that one as a win to Marcin Modzonek, despite the setter's best efforts. Well, anytime you have a meltdown like that, you really do have to clear your heads immediately. And that's, I'm sure, what George Kretu has been working on between sets here. Just tell his players it's 1-1. Could have probably taken that at the start of play. Sokolov again gets blocked out of that one. Torina picks it up. Resende will send it back for Sokolov, who gets blocked again. Balasso picks that up. He'll send it backside instead, and that's the winner for Torina. Goes cross-court. Schultz was waiting for it. Too much heat from Torina. Oh, a really good point. Really well played. A lovely bit of creative work there from the Brazilian setter at Torina. Goes cross-court to deadly effect. Torina will continue then to see if he can add a bit more pain. Oh, Modzonek. That had to be accurate. They're calling it accurate in the chair and on the floor. The players looked at Gianpaolo Mede on the sideline, who had the best view of this, and he just waved it off, said, no, that's good. And that will confirm it. Close, but good. So Thibaut Rossard will come in, looking to level this third set up. Balasso taking off his feet, picking that one up, and then Stankovic finishing the job. But give that to Fabio Balasso, the young libero, for the quality of his service reception here. That is brilliant. Done everything right. Look where he's put Resende. And Resende knew exactly where he was going to put Stankovic. That's by the numbers volleyball from Lube. Stankovic just destroyed Asseco with his last burst of serves. Will not get the opportunity to repeat the trick here, because that was Mateusz Mika being tricky again. Modzonek. Serves Torina. Leal won't get much of a play on that, just had to push it over and did enough off the touch. That's a little bonus, because he was really reaching for that, Yolandi Leal. See the frustration on the face of Kavika Shoji there. Civitanova Sokolov then serving at 5-3. Mika wasn't quite sure where that ended up at all. But it's turned out for him to have a chance at it, and a three-man block was there waiting for him. Well, it was a slow setup that allowed the Lube defenders just to say, right, where's this going? And it was a gang of three just bullying Mika out of that point. Sokolov will continue then. Rossard takes that up off the floor, and it's an overpass. Backside for Sokolov. Well, they're carrying on where they left off. Absolute deluge of points coming from Cucine Lube here. ...20 of the last 26 points have been won by the Italians. That's one-sided. There could be another one coming here. Sokolov, too good again. Ace serve. Rossard looks utterly confused. And that is a very, very confused squad of Asseco Resovia players trudging back to the sideline of the technical timeout. Timeout. And they are in disarray at the moment. Svetan Sokolov looks to continue pouring it on. Mika handles that one. Smith can't find a winner either. Resende picked that one up off the floor, and Leal gets blocked out of it, though. Shoji it was. The two Americans going up together, and it was Shoji that comes up with the big block. It's the first good thing that's happened for Asseco Resovia in quite a while, that. Let's see if it can carry on here. The only good bit of news for Asseco Resovia is there's still plenty of time in this third set to try and claw this back. Leal picks that one up nicely. He'll look to try and finish the job here. He can't do it. That's picked up by Shoji backcourt, and Rossard gets blocked. There's all sorts of stuff going on at the net there. The four-touch call goes against Asseco Resovia. Challenge that. Be interesting to see if the ball just takes all net or whether there was a Lube contact in there. So what do we have? Well, there's the net. Oh, it's touched him. That's caught the upper arm there. Oh, Robert Landy Simon. So we'll do this one again. Shoji serves Leal. The backcourt attack comes in from one Terena, who's pushed it too long. Now immediately, though, Simon, who was closest to the net, has asked for a challenge there. He's gone straight to his coach and said, "You've got to challenge that." So Robert Landy Simon certainly very confident that he saw that as landing in. And if any part of the circumference of the ball covers any part of the baseline, it will be considered in. Let's see. And Robert Landy Simon is absolutely bang on. That was well in. Good call. Simon's looking over at his coach to say, "Hey, where's my approval?" Champala Mede is just thoughtfully patrolling the sideline. Yoandy Leal will continue then at 9-4 after the overturn. Perry collects, Shoji feeds Smith, side out. I just managed to slip into the side of Big Simon there, David Smith, which is usually the intelligent option. Mika sends in his serve, Leal collects, and then Simon gets his own back on Smith. It's amazing how quickly that can happen as well. Simon will now get away from the net and go back deep. Serving at 10-5, Lube. there, Mika picks it up, Rossar. Oh, he's got a winner there. Real frustration both for Sokolov and for Yolandi Leal. Yolandi Leal, who were back there. Sokolov manages to get something on it. Leal is saying, well, I'll have some of that. And in the end, neither of them can pick it up. So here's David Smith. Balasso, brilliant. Sokolov finishes the job that the libero started. Cucine Lube looking solid. Schultz. Oh, brilliant pickup again from Balassi. Fontorena finishes the job again. Give a big assist to Fabio Balasso there. Backcourt, the young libero doing an absolutely outstanding job. Well, again, it's Juan Torreira that is going to get the credit. But young Fabio Balasso there is doing a really strong job in the backcourt at libero for Lube, who remain in control here. Resende sends one to Rossar. The quick put away from Marcin Modzonek. But it's no more than just keeping them with a toehold in this one. But Asseco Resovia will have to tell themselves, we were up by 4 and got swept away. It's not too late to turn this one around, but they're going to need Cucine Lube to cool off dramatically, you would think, for them to get a look back at this. Unless Schultz can go on a run at serve. Well, he can't there. They will have Rossar up next. But Lube calling up Osmani Montorena next into the rotation. Does flirt with his foot faults, Montorena. Schultz flirted with giving Balasso just half a sniff at that, but it was just too much power on it. Even Balasso couldn't pick this one up. There's the reverse set, and even Balasso can't get near that one. So Rossar, you would feel, has got to find a few points here, give his team any chance, and the chances are starting to thin out here. Lube continue to hold a controlling stake in this third set. And Balasso, whilst we wait for Stankovic to serve, Balasso went to the bench there, the young Italian, and he's getting a bit of one-on-one coaching from his coach, who is just calming him down. So competitive. There was Rossar with the attack here. Now, there's a change coming here with Modzonek coming in and Nicolas Szczerzen, the young Frenchman, coming in as a pinch hitter for Asseco Resovia to serve. Well, that didn't go very well, did it? Simon finishes. Svetan Sokolov then. Nicely picked up by Mika, and then a little duel at the net. Ends up the wrong way for Asseco Resovia, which takes Cucine Lube Civitanova to the second technical timeout in a very, very wide comfort zone. Lube Civitanova from Italy at 1-set-all. They've continued the dominance at the back end of the second set, carried over into this third set. And That's Sokolov serving Mika, who's managed to put it up in the air. Rescued by Balasso. Quantorena. Perry with a pick-up backcourt. No play available for Rossard, so they'll regroup and go again with Sokolov. And another comfortable point for a team that is just turning this into a one-way route at the moment. Rock solid defensively, choosing their offensive shots to perfection. Cucine, Lube, Civitanova in control here. More changes. Mateusz Mika comes out. Rafael Bouchek comes in. Now that looks like a straight swap rather than a pinch hit. That's outside hitter for outside hitter, as Gheorghe Cretu looks for something different. And Sokolov targets the new man, who was not ready for that at all. Clean ace for Sokolov, an intelligent serving. There's no way back from this. Gheorghe Cretu knows it. And this is what you do. Someone's in off the bench. Check him out. Bouchek not up to speed yet. You think Sokolov won't be looking for him again? No, he doesn't. He goes over to Perry. And eventually, Schultz comes up with it, but there's an attack hit fault has been called there. Everything seems to be just going horribly wrong here for Asseco Resovia. They're not thrilled with the call. Not sure whether they're going to challenge it or not. Yes, they are. If any part of the foot contacts any part of the line before takeoff, that will be a foot fault. And that's not. That's a clean jump. So this gets redone. Although the Asseco Resovia players are saying, well, no, that's our point. Well, it was Shoji that went over there with the captain on the bench at the moment. They don't like that call at all, nor do their fans, but it's a replayed point instead of a side out. What else can go wrong for Asseco Resovia? What about a Sokolov ace? Well, that didn't happen. Schultz will go again, and he's pushed it too far this time, and that will just fuel the sense of injustice that Asseco Resovia will be feeling at the moment. It's a double-digit lead for Cucine, Lube, Civitanova now. Shoji serves Leal. That's an overpass. And then the block, one number 14 blocking another. Bruno Resende just wiped out Rafael Bouchek there. So Bouchek's introduction was supposed to just freshen things up for Asseco Resovia, but it's no fault of his. But it hasn't worked because Cucine Lube have just taken total control of this match. 20-10. 33 of the last 46 points they've won. Add another one to the list. Leal finds an ace. Well, if the second set ended horribly for Asseco Resovia, this third set has been nothing short of a calamity. Schultz gets blocked out of it. Nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere for these hitters to go. Asseco Resovia are getting systematically destroyed here in set 3. Nothing wrong with Shoji's set. Nothing wrong with Schultz's efforts. Simon just says, I'm there. I'm too good. Leal serves 22-10. Shoji Smith vents a bit of frustration, side out. Jorge Cretu talking to Schultz while we're looking at the replays. We'll already be thinking of set 4. Trying to force a tiebreaker here. Bušek then skims one over. The attack hit comes in from Leal, and there is a whistle there. And that goes against Lube, so that will be an attack hit. Fault. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, no, it's a centre-line fault. That's where he's gone. Yeah. Good call by the second official. It's his call to make those centre-line calls. The whole foot over the whole of the line. That's a fault. Bušek then stays in. Once Arena goes cross-court, Perry picks that up somehow, but over it goes. Simon then, serving Bušek. Shoji has to cover a lot of ground. Rossar finishes the job with a nice cross-court. A lot of credit goes to Kavika Shoji there. He has to do a lot of work to put one of his hitters in a position to do some damage. And Rossar certainly did some damage. Side out. But when you're 10 points in arrears and the other guys only need 2 points for the set, and you've been around the game as long as David Smith has, you know this is a lost cause. Leal with the attack hit takes Cucine, Lube, Civitanova to set point. Really nicely constructed, really good service reception, and Leal made sure of where his feet were this time, which brings up Bruno Resende, the setter, to serve for this third set. Shoji, though, will send it backside to Schultz, and Schultz will send that one deep to keep Asseco Resovia alive. Well, we know Damien Schultz has got a weapon as a serve, but he's going to need to find 10 in a row just to have Asseco Resovia draw level. No one's betting on it. Balasso picks that one up. Sokolov is blocked. Schultz turns to first touch. Modzonek back off the bench. Can't find a winner. Montorina can. That was as easy as you like. (25-14). To serve it for the Italians. Mika handles service reception, and Smith can't find a winner. We'll send it back over there. Montorena can't find a winner. Rossar goes cross courts and pushes it too far. Well, this is pressure. This is the quality of Lube's defending that is forcing these misses. Rossar again, that took a touch on the way through. That'll be a side out. They've got to just stay close as long as they can here. Win this set by any means necessary. Well, that'll help. Complete miscue there from Tsvetan Sokolov. Now, whether Smith got some extra movement on that serve or whether Sokolov just took his eye off it momentarily, it was a horrible one. Smith's done an absolutely brilliant job. That one's swirling away. Really strong serve that from David Smith. So can the American veteran find a couple more aces? No, he can't. Monterena serves Mika. Rossar with a lovely little touch. That was really nicely done. Sokolov, I think Stankovic were right there. And all he's got to do is find the right touch and make sure it touches the forearm of Svetan Sokolov. Schultz. 3-2. It's a good one. It's an ace. Maybe that is going to spark something from Asseco Resovia. That was Yoandy Leal that was forced to reach. Very similar ace to the one that David Smith served just a few moments earlier. One that's just bending away, lots of top spin and movement. Schultz will stay in business. No, he won't. He nets, but the ace gives Asseco Resovia a little bit of momentum early in this fourth set. If they can win it, no matter how ugly they win it, then all bets are off in the tiebreaker. Stankovic then will serve. Mozdonek picks that one up. Schultz goes far side, and there's no stopping that one. Well, Damien Schultz has had new life breathed back into him. Let's see if the same can be said of Thibaut Rossard, who's due up next to serve. Nice pickup there from Mozdonek. And Schultz with the backcourt attack. Perfect. Now, at 5-3, what can Thibaut Rossard conjure up? Really goes for this one, and he's nailed an ace. Well, he put so much spin on that it was going to drop out of the sky at a very, very strong angle. It's a high-risk serve, this, but it's worked perfectly. See, Balasso can't even react to that. Now, can Rossard come up with another special serve? He's going for this one as well. Picked up brilliantly by Juantorina backcourt, and then Leal looks to finish it off. Perry somehow keeps that alive. Mika's got to beat the block. Can't. Kept it alive, though. Reflexes. Shoji then has to take third touch and couldn't do it. Well, he's apologising, but that was a very, very difficult one to take on. After Mika and Perry with the first two touches, it had to be Shoji. Lube dodge a bullet there. Sokolov. Rossard's put that up. Perry sends it over to Mika. Or does he? No, the block was there, and Mika again has won a little duel at the net that he looked second best for. Mika is very good at just taking everything off the ball. He won't try and bludgeon it through. He'll just try and scrub it away, and he's done that. Robert Landis-Simon's block was perfect, but Mika was just so clever the way he neutralized it. Side out. Mozdonek floats one over. Leal picks that one up. Leal will look for third touch here and gets a good one, despite all the blockers in place. A little bit more, even though they've lost that point, a little bit more bounce about Asseco Resovia here in this fourth set. That shell-shocked look on the last set and a half. Looks like they've managed to shrug that off. Now, can they stay in front? That's the question. Leal will be looking to do something about that right here at 5-7 down. That fell over, and Shoji was able to pick it up. And Schultz will try and tip it over, though. But Resende's picked that up, and then that's really nice. Well, a great rescue. This is really good stuff. Mika looks to finish it off. Unbelievable from Balasso. How did he get underneath that? Then the block is there again. They'll have another go with Juantorina, and this time they do break through. Asseco Resovia must have thought they'd won that point, but that dig from Fabio Balasso was just out of this world. Incredible. And again, it's Juantorina who thought he'd won it there. Rossard absolutely brilliant. Mika must have thought that's it. Goodness only knows how Balasso kept that up. We'll never know. It was too good for our camera crew. Now, changes looming here as Shoji. Oh, no, he is okay. I thought he was thinking of coming off there. Smith checking out his American compatriot. Shoji is going to just dig in a little bit here. Still feeling that left knee, I think, might have just jarred a little bit. I'll keep an eye on that. Leal will serve. Rossard with another diving effort. Schultz can't win in the backcourt. Sokolov can't get past Rossard, who's suddenly turned into a really strong defender. Now Mika's got almost no play on that, still managed to get something. Juan Torreira, brilliant from Perry. Schultz, yes. Well, my goodness me, they had to work for that point. The last 2 points have been so hard fought, and they're shared. And it sends Asseco Resovia to the technical timeout. Noses in front. Some tremendous defensive work again. Perry and Rossard in particular. And eventually Schultz makes the breakthrough. Cucine, Lube, Civitanova suddenly start going through the gears as they did in that second set. Balasso with the rescue there, Sokolov. Perry's picked that up backcourt. Can Shoji get anything on it? No, he can't. So close, side out. Simon up next then. Just no play there at all. And there's an ace. Straight off the bat. Nothing Thibaut Rossard could do about that except help it on its way. And that Asseco Resovia lead is gone. It only needed 1 point on serve for that to happen. And it's big hitting Robert Landy Simon that's come up with it. So he stays in. It's a top spin on that one as well, and it's a clean ace. Back-to-back aces from Robert Landy Simon, the big Cuban who won this event a couple of years ago with Santa Cruzeiro, really turning up the heat here. Now Luke Perry, the libero, pointed to himself and said, that's on me, but that's another very hard one to defend with all the top spin on that. So is it going to be the hat-trick of aces here from Simon? No, it's not. Perry collects. Smith gets blocked out of it, though, by Stankovic. The tide turns again. And from trailing, as easy as you like, Cucine Lube have just given themselves a lead. And from 8-6 up, Asseco Resovia find themselves 8-10 down. And that says Bell's top. Well, this is the man that's been the difference maker. His serving is destroying Asseco Resovia at the moment. Is there another big one coming here? No, took a lot off that, and in fact took so much off it that he had him absolutely backpedaled and too deep. Another ace serve. Mateusz Mika tried to react to it, but everybody had stepped back, expecting the big one, and he's just put as much topspin as you like underneath that. Took everything off it, no speed at all. It drops mid-court and sows more confusion. Oh, this is really clever stuff from Robert Landy Simon, who's just taken over this fourth set on his own. Back comes a big one. Perry collects. Smith punches it over, but it's a chance here for Juan Torreira. Perry picks that one up. That's the highest one of the evening so far. Schultz faces the block, gets it past the block, can't get it past Leal, and Sokolov then comes in, scrubs one off the block, and Lube are just cruising through the gears here. Just no stopping them at the moment. It looks for certain that the runners-up from a year ago are going to get a second crack at this World Club Championship trophy. They look unstoppable at the moment, and Asseco Resovia have just got to get Simon out of there. His serves are just blinding. There's another brilliant one. Mika's done everything he could to get under it. Now, whether that'll officially go in the books as an ace or not, it's academic. He is just proving to be virtually unreturnable at the moment, Robert Landy Simon. This is a repeat of what happened in set 2 when Cucine Lube won 7 of 9 points to turn a deficit into a lead. Guess what? This is 7 out of the last 9 points. And a slender Asseco Resovia lead looks suddenly like a mountain to climb, and they are in danger of just being blown away here for a third set in a row. Rossar in full retreat there. Smith eventually with the put away. They finally get Robert Landy Simon out of there, but what we've just seen from the big Cuban is a burst of serves that has effectively not only won this set but also this match for Cucine Lube Civitanova. Asseco Resovia need to find 4 points on serve. There is still time for them to do it. They've got to regroup quickly. Mika, a fairly soft one that gets exactly what it deserved. Leal had no problems with service reception, and he had even fewer problems finishing the job. Resende with another spinner. Rossar scrubs one off the Sokolov block. Well, the mindset's got to be, we need these 4 points, let's just take one at a time. There's still plenty of time for them to fight back. Can Smith find a point? Doesn't look like it. Again, service reception so strong from Cucine Lube. Once this was handled, it was just a question of who Resende was going to feed. And he said, where's Juantorena? He can have it. Juantorena then at 15-10. Serve Schultz, who will get the third touch as well. Now Redvits is in there on the court, trying to provide plenty of energy. Whether Shoji's just been given a breather or whether that knee of his is causing a problem, we will find out. But the veteran Rafael Redvits will certainly bring a lot of energy. He'll be hoping to get a few chances to set some teammates as well. Schultz, very conservative with that one, and they paid for that. Sokolov with the easy put away. And we get to the second technical timeout with Cucine Lube Civitanova up by 5. Together. Do give the impression of when they want to go through the gears and really crank it up, they've got extra levels that Asseco Resovia are struggling to keep with. Dragan Stankovic, they've got a side out every time, Asseco Resovia. Well, that'll help. It's probably the worst one of the night. Rossar then. The gap still 4 points. And it remains a gap. He didn't miss by much, but miss he did. What they can't allow 4 points to grow into is 6 points. They have to force the side out. Svetan Sokolov, the man, trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Put Lube even more comfortable, and he won't do it like that, but it's Lube who will happily side out from here. If this becomes a side out battle, they win. More changes. Young Nicolas Cherzen is coming in. Marcin Modzonek sits down. So here comes the young pinch hitter. Too good. But once the serve had been picked up as comfortably as that, you knew they were in trouble because they didn't have any of the big beasts in there. So Scherzen can't provide anything. Sonic's not coming back in because the libero, Luke Perry, the Perth native, is back in. And it will be Yoandy Leal to net, side out. Well, you wonder if George Kretu's got any more pinch hitters he can bring in. There's a chance to see what Rafael Redvitz can do from the server position. Trying in vain to block Robert Landy-Simon, but if you put him in the perfect position, he's going to win an awful lot of inside hits. So that was bad. Guess what? It gets even worse. Simon will serve next. The man who blew this fourth set wide open last time he had his hands on the ball back there. Has it again. Rossard handles that one. Mika goes deep to force the side out. At least he doesn't do any more damage. Simon, if he picked up another couple of points there would have been no chance at all for Resovia to claw their way back into this one. As it is, their hopes are slim. Lube are just grinding out the side outs here. Can Mateus Mika produce a point on serve? Leal makes a mess of that one and Rossard punishes them. There's one of those points back. But Yoandy Leal won't want to see a replay at this point. That one didn't look to be a particularly difficult one either, but he's just got it all wrong. Resovia will take anything they can get right now. Freebies or brilliance, they're all going to count. Mika looks for another one. Leal does a much better job this time. Bruno sends it far side. Juantorena can't beat Schultz. Smith can't beat Balasso. Juantorena can't beat the block. And there's a lift there called against Sokolov, or double touch officially. And they've halved that deficit. They've not gone yet. And Svetan Sokolov looks disgusted with himself. He doesn't look too happy either. Gianpaolo Bede knows that Asseco Resovia are being thrown a lifeline here. They're still comfortable. They still have it where they want it. But Mika looks to try and stay on a roll. Bruno will send it far side. Juantorena just does enough. Perry sold out there, trying to keep that alive. Couldn't have done any more. But inside out Lube. Well, look how close this is. Nearly there from Rossard. So nearly from Perry. Oh, Resende. He nets. Mozdonic will come back in as Perry checks out and Smith comes into serve. Well, when they needed 4, the odds were stacked against them. When you need 2, is still fighting an uphill battle when the other guys are at 20 points. But they're not out of it yet. Can Smith find another one? Balasso handles that one. And the job finished by Osmani Juantorena, but no, he's sent it out. He sent it out. What a miss that was. Well, how reliable is Osmani Juantorena normally? And he's made a complete mess of that. Well, that's extraordinary. Well, we saw a horrible service reception from Yoandy Leal. Now we've seen the miss of the night from Osmani Juantorena. Now, David Smith will look to try and level it up here. Balasso takes that one. And that took a touch off Mika on the way through, and he would love to have that one back. Side out. Well, Mika was really caught in two minds here, and we will never know if this was going to drop in or not. He had to try and make a play on it. So Monterina will go back with Lube just 4 points from securing a place in the final. But Asseco Resovia breathing down their necks now. Monterina with the net skimmer. Perry picks that one up. Mika with the attack hit that's effective off the Redvitz set. And the man with the biggest round of applause in the building was Kawika Shoji, who's joined the non-players. He was delighted with that one, to see his fellow setter come up with a beauty like that. Schultz, boy, the place will go crazy if he finds an ace. Monterina handles that. Leal, has he got it? Yes. Well, you're not going to see errors from the likes of Leal and Monterina coming in bunches. If you see one, you're probably not going to see another one for a long time. Absolutely nailed that one off the Redvitz fingertips. They stay alive. Stankovic, though, serving at 22-20. Ooh, Mika didn't make the best of that, but can they conjure something up? Brilliant pickup from Bruno. What a pancake. Sokolov can't get a winner. They'll send it backside for Schultz, who does find a winner. Oh, no, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible from Monterina. They'll have to win the point all over again with Rossar. Still they can't. Sokolov keeps it alive. And then, on the other end of it, they finally get themselves a chance to put it away, and they can't down the line. What a point. What incredible defending. How on earth Osmani Monterina has kept that alive? That's anybody's guess. And then they'd finally put Leal in a position. Did he scrub it off the block? Is what they're asking. There are fingertips wobble in there from Marcin Mozdzonek. The big cheer that greeted the Asseco Resovia point might give way to the knowledge that this is out of reach now. If they don't get some help on this one, Asseco Resovia, you would think, will be done. What are they going to call? No touch is the call. So close to Mozdzonek, but they've ruled no touch. And it's Thibaut Rossard up next. What a chance to level this fourth set up here. This is a big, big moment in this match. Leal does a really good job then, and Sokolov finishes it off, but that was all about the superb service reception from Yoandy Leal. Sokolov didn't mess around either, but Leal has nailed that one perfectly. Look, Menezes didn't even have to move there, or Resende, excuse me. Anytime your setter doesn't even have to move his feet, the service receiver has done his job. Sokolov then, with Lube 2 points from securing this one. Mika has to win it, does, side out. Well, it's up to Marcin Mozdzonek now. Those chances for that point that they need on serve are starting to run out. They'll have one more at the most after this. Modzonek's serve doesn't look like it's going to cause any problems at all, and sure enough, it is now match point. Cucine, Lube, Civitanova. They bring a big blocker in, the Italians. Young Diego Cantagalli looks like he's going to come in. With Resende checking out. That is now confirmed. Sokolov out as well as the backup setter Steinderhulst, the Belgian, comes in. And timeout called by Asseco Resovia. Resovia will hope to force the side out, but then they will have to take a point on serve, or this one can be written up into the record books. Ioannis Leal then serving for the match for Cucine, Lube, Civitanova. Picked up by Rossar. Mika's got to win this. Can't do it. Leal is back there. It comes back on first touch, though. And Mika didn't miss at the second opportunity. Leal couldn't get any control on his backcourt pickup. So this was a real gift. Leal will be disappointed with that, especially if this next point goes against Lube. And it all comes down to what Rafael Redvits can conjure up. Not one of the game's big servers. Can the veteran setter conjure up a little bit of magic? Still match point, Lube. Redvits floats one in. It's Sokolov, and that'll do it. Last year's beaten finalists are into another final. Cucine, Lube, Civitanova dropped that titanic first set, 29-31. But then they took over, and they are deservedly through at the expense of an Asseco Resovia side that really fought hard after that horrible third set meltdown. But there can be no complaints about this one. The best teams won it. Cucine, Lube, Civitanova really showed their class the longer that one went on. But credit Asseco Resovia with a finish that shows that they can hold their heads high. But it's a bronze medal at best for Asseco Resovia. These guys are going for gold.